All right, we're back, folks. This is going to be Garden Pals number 93 for Wednesday, the 15th of December. Joined here with fan favorite, fan fiction.
93 is an odd number.
I know.
I don't know. Name an athlete with the number 93. I dare you.
I couldn't even, if there was a gun to my head, I really couldn't do that.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. Yeah, but that's just, I don't know. Numbers are weird. I look at numbers a lot. I feel like they're I don't know. I always get excited when I see the clocks at 11:11. Do you get excited and make a little wish?
Yeah, 11:11, and I always used to see 9/11 when I was a child on the clocks for some reason.
Yeah, I'm pretty corny myself. I get excited when I see 420. I get excited when these numbers pop up. It's like a little thrill in my day.
Did you do the clap when I did it, when I counted in? You clapped, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, yeah, I just wasn't sure. But yeah, 420, blaze it. You've been blazing a lot?
Yeah, dude. Chilling, This morning, though, I got to talk about this because this is cool. I got a package in the mail, and I've been waiting for this package for a long time. Have you heard of those electric motorcycles? It's like Super 73. Have you heard of that? It's like an electric motorcycle.
Are those?
It's it's a bicycle.
Are they like the little? It's a bicycle with a motor on it.
Yeah, it's
or
all
like
electric.
A little No, I haven't, but that sounds cool. You fucking got one?
Well, yeah, the company, they sent me one. I could never afford one. And so I asked, I'll make a TikTok video for a bike, and they sent me one. And I've been waiting weeks and weeks and weeks for this bike. And dude, it's like it looks like a mini dirt bike, but it's all electric, and you can just cruise on it through the city, go 30 miles an hour. I'm so excited. I think my life is going to be different now.
Wow. Things are on the up and up. Holy shit. I remember you had that moped that was weird long time ago in high school, but then you got fucked out of the
right.
Whatever the hell it is, some documentation.
I can try to recall the story, but I bought the moped. I saw it on Craigslist, and it was cheap. It was like $500, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's a good deal for a moped." It was my dream to have a moped at the time because I was really into Macklemore and stuff, and he came out with a new hit single about mopeds.
I want to pop some mopeds.
I want to pop some mopeds. So I was living it in that time, and so I went, and there was a kid selling the bike, and it was a fishy situation. It was in the town of Niagara. That's already a red flag. I just feel like weird business happens over in the town of Niagara. They're just they're not Niagara
in the trailer
Falls.
Park.
No, it was in a nice little development, but I just get weird vibes in the town of Niagara. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. No offense to town of Niagara.
That's how I feel about North Tonawanda.
Exactly. There's just an energy. But so yeah, it was this kid, and he was I don't think he was old enough to own the bike, and and it was this whole story about how he bought it from some lady that used it in court as I don't know, she got it from her husband in court, and he didn't give her the paperwork back, and so it never had a title. It didn't have a title signed off legally, so I couldn't get it registered to the road. And
fuck,
yeah, my heart was really broken. But the funny thing about the story is that when I was trying to buy the moped for $500, I already knew okay, this is a kid. I might be able to convince him to go lower, and I gave him some options. At the time, I had a bunch of really dumb paintings, and I told him, I said, how about $200 and I'll give you a painting as well. And I tried to convince him, and I was
yeah.
I was trying to convince him that my painting would be worth an investment for him.
It's like some fucking redneck kid in fucking Wheatfield. He's
and he got his parents. He got his parents involved, and so I was trying to convince these redneck kind of redneck people, just like I don't know what the grease monkeys, just like people who love engines and stuff. And I'm trying to convince them that the moped is worth the value of a painting, and it was fun. But I ultimately paid like $300, and I think he took a painting. I think I just gave him one.
Wow, there you go. Early, getting it out there early. Now he's gonna see. Now he sees you on TikTok, and he's like, "See, I fucking told you."
It's funny, dude.
I had fucking like. No, what were you gonna say?
No, could you imagine if he still has it? I wonder.
This is from that Fritz dude who does the paint shit on TikTok. I told you, but I had an electric a gas powered like moped, just like a scooter thing when I was like 10. Like definitely shouldn't have had it at such an early age, and I would like ride it around my neighborhood. I think I only had it for like, it was probably only like 2 weeks. It was like $300, and I had a cousin that lived across the street, kind of a cousin, like family friend, and she had family that she would regularly hang out with. So one of her family members came over, and my mom let her drive this gasoline scooter down the sidewalk, and she fucking just went face first and just dusted all her fucking teeth off of her face.
Like little chiclets on the ground dancing on the streets.
Yeah, her name was Tawny. She was a saint. She didn't deserve that.
Wait, Tawny. I think I remember.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah.
I think she went to LaSalle Middle School. Hope she's doing well. Yeah, she got fucked by that scooter big time. But what are you gonna do? I don't think I ended up getting sued, so that's nice.
When we were kids, that was like the thing that was just kind of being introduced to the world, was like it was gasoline powered, always like gasoline scooters. And I remember there always be like troublemakers going through the neighborhood really fast on gasoline scooters and stuff.
It was huge. Now that you mention it, yeah, like mopeds, like the brand moped, those scooters, the gas scooters, and then like you started seeing all like the crackheads in Niagara Falls getting the bikes that are gas powered with like the weed whacker mowers. They'd like fucking engineer it somehow.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind of people that I was trying to sell the motorbike. I was trying to buy the scooter from in the town of Niagara. Just like people that like would put something like that together. I remember there was a kid down the street from me, a couple blocks over, and he had a go-kart, but he elevated the seat like, I don't know, 10 feet in the air. I don't know if you remember this. And he was just sitting on a seat with like a giant pole on a go-kart, and he's like 10 feet in the air on a little seat, and he would ride that around the neighborhood. Do you remember that?
I do not remember that. I feel like if I saw it, I definitely would have. But it kind of rings a faint bell. But
yeah, it was like a circus of LaSalle.
Yeah, there was always like, I feel like your neighborhood had a lot of people doing like gasoline stuff.
Yeah,
in your specific neighborhood, in your quadrant.
We were just off enough from the Love Canal where the people still have brain cells where they can manage to put together some motorbikes, but
That's great. That's crazy. And then Jesus Christ. Yeah. Other than that, I don't think I had any other gasoline fucking weapons. No. Drivable weapons that I had. No, but like throwing stars and shit like that. But
yeah, I remember I used to always like look online at like how to make stuff like that, like weapons, like how to make ninja stars with razor blades. Like I had a fascination with making weapons with household items because you're a kid and you're curious and you want to do stuff like that.
There was specifically a South Park episode where they were at some kind of flea market and they bought like fucking ninja stars and like fucking knives, and then that's what made me want to fucking get them. So cool. Then we went to the fucking I don't know if you've ever been there, the Walden flea market back in the day.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking shit show with like people selling literally anything you could fucking think of, but it was really cool, and it was called the Super Flea.
Yeah, I remember.
And it just smelled like piss, and it was just big, and people could sell anything.
Yeah. That's I have some pretty good memories from that place. Actually, my dad would take me there every once in a while, and my uncle had a little stand in there for a bit. But I remember going in there and buying a PlayStation 1. I got my first communion. Is that what it's called? First communion?
I think so, yeah.
When you eat the body of Christ and drink the blood. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Anyways, I got like, I don't know, like $300, and I was like, this is ridiculous. I don't know what can I buy? And so I don't know if most kids saved money, but as soon as I got that money, I went to the Walden Flea Market. I bought a PlayStation 1 and a bunch of games. I spent it all on this. And I remember the guy was so disgusting. He had like his belly was hanging out. He had like that nasty nicotine stained hair, that frizzy hair. And he just had like bumps all over his skin. And he was just so creepy. And I remember he had video games like stacked from floor to ceiling. And that's how you looked through these like piles of games, and that, I don't know, it was just a weird memory that I have.
I could fucking picture what those boxes smell like. They just smell like fucking grandma's house. But yeah, it's like I feel like dudes like that always have the fucking best shit, but they're probably, if they're like a nerd, they're gonna try and like rip you off on the price just because they think something's more valuable than it is.
Yeah.
That reminds me of that one fucking, the dude who would dress up in the chicken suit in Toy Story. That's who I like pictured in my head.
Al?
Yeah, dude, that shit was so fucking creepy. He would like paint on Woody's boots or something. He would like fix them or something. It's so weird.
Excuse me. COVID. Just kidding.
Omicron or whatever the fuck it is. Kodachrome.
Kodachrome. Paul Simon. Okay.
Yep, exactly.
Now we're talking the language. Oh, speaking of good music, what'd you think of that documentary, the Beatles documentary?
It was so fucking good, Fritz. Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah.
Well, the first part is good. I like the first part, a little drama, a little bit of Georgie drama. Then, but the one thing that fucking left a mark on my, or scarred me was how, or just a little disappointed. The only part that disappointed me was the rooftop concert, just because they only played like 3 songs and they kept repeating the same songs.
Yeah. I thought there was going to be more there. That was like the build-up for that concert.
I know. That was what I was most fucking excited for.
And everyone already saw Get Back before.
Yeah, and they played Get Back literally 3 times, then fucking 2 other songs, Don't Let Me Down, and then one after 909. But yeah, I was kind of excited to hear some of the other songs in like a live setting. So that kind of stuck with me. But other than that, it was I thought it was amazing, and I'm definitely gonna watch it again.
Yeah, I thought the coolest part about it just broke them down to humans, because people like that, like the Beatles, they have an aura around them. I mean, you think of them in the same spirit as you think of like Elvis. It's like beyond human in a way. I don't know. That's, at least I think that. So seeing that and watching them, how, the process of making music and their decision making and how natural it really is. I thought it was a real perspective on the Beatles, and seeing all the drama and seeing the personalities, the egos coming together. I thought Paul McCartney, I kind of thought he was a bit douchey in parts, It was For interesting.
Sure. Yeah, I liked how it didn't super focus heavily on the drama part which was mostly just in the first part, and then it kind of was more fun, loving once Billy Preston joined the guys. But yeah, it was it's just so cool to hear the songs in their infancy, and then they kind of work them out, and then they turn into the songs that we all know. It's just so fucking cool, and the footage just looks so fucking great.
Yeah. It's amazing how video really hasn't had, it has had a huge improvement, but they were making films that high quality back then. And I know it's some modern restoration, but that's film. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it looked great.
Crisp.
So fucking good.
The color
was such a
beautiful.
long time ago. I know, yeah. Especially in the first the Twickenham studio thing where they had the lights on the walls, and it just looked so fucking cool.
Seeing the fashion back then, and also those, I like those interviews on the streets with people, like what they were thinking in the moment. They didn't realize like the historical moment that was happening for music. I mean, that was a historical moment, that performance on the roof, and hearing those reactions from the people on the street. You know, some people are being assholes about it, like, turn this bloody music off.
Yeah, well, yeah, and like how the cops came up on the fucking roof. But you said Paul was kind of a douche. Paul was definitely douchey, but I feel like George, he was like kind of pessimistic throughout the whole documentary too. And when they were up on the roof, the cops came, and then they were still playing, and then they stopped after they did like just 3 different songs, and then they were kind of in the basement studio just hanging out. And George was like, yeah, we could just like make it seem on the film that the cops like shut down the concert, which means that they actually weren't going to shut down the concert. They just quit out and didn't want to play it. Didn't want to play the fucking concert.
Yeah. The way I kind of watched it is I had it playing as I was like painting. So I had it like going on the TV, which is cool too. 'Cause I felt like that was like there was a lot of ambience to that. Like it was a good like background thing too to have playing, because it was so long. I mean, that was a long film.
Yeah, like 9 fucking hours. And yeah, there's just a lot of random conversations and shit happening too, which was definitely good for some ambiance.
Yeah, it's like the whole thing gave off like a podcast vibes.
Yeah, that's what I was talking with Christian. It's like, this isn't even really like, just for like your average like music fan. I don't even know if they would enjoy it, just because it's so dense.
Yeah, it's for the passionate ones. But that's cool that you got to make content for both. You got to make the poppy shit for everyone, and then you got to make that stuff, the high quality content for the people who really care.
Yeah, and did you see when you were watching, did you see that like dorky looking kind of taller chubby dude with the glasses, their road manager? Did you see him at all? Mm-hmm. That dude, he has a super interesting story. Do you know about him?
No.
He's Mal Evans. He was their road manager, and he worked for the Beatles. I don't know if it was throughout their whole like career, but after the Beatles broke up, he moved to Los Angeles, and then in like after the Beatles, he was like super depressed and like couldn't get a job anywhere, I guess, doing anything fucking relevant. And so he started taking drugs and shit. And then in 1976, one of his like friends came over, and the Mal Evans dude, he had like a fucking airsoft gun or like a pellet gun, and he was like pointing it at his friend, and then his friend called the cops on him. And then the cops showed up to Mal Evans' house in LA, and he pointed a gun at the airsoft gun at the cops, and then the cops fucking shot and killed him.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, poor it's guy. Fucking crazy. But yeah, me and Christian were watching, like, who the fuck's this dorky looking motherfucker? But got shot by the pigs.
That's unfortunate. I mean, at least he got to live a cool life for a bit, you know? I mean, got to hang out with the Beatles.
Yeah, facts. And then none of the Beatles even went to his funeral. Fucking assholes.
I wonder if they really, I mean, they're probably selfish, each and every one of them. I feel like that was like what made them split, was just they all had their own things, right?
Yeah, I think John Lennon made some kind of like snarky quote about not showing up to his funeral, like some kind of joke. And I was like, geez, I know British people, like some kind of quip, little British kind of joke.
Their comedy's weird. They're very sarcastic.
Yeah, they're all British cunts. I feel like a cunt describes them the best. Because they still use like cunt super common in like their language, and we like never do. Like, even if my mom hears that, she cringes. No, that makes her mad.
That's a forbidden word. That's a bad word.
It really is.
But yeah, and that's funny that you mentioned that, because this morning, this is how I wake up in the morning. I try not to do this, but it always happens. I wake up and I check my how my TikTok videos are doing, and then I get trapped in TikTok as soon as I wake up in the morning. It's probably the worst thing for you, like right in the morning, to look at videos. But a video popped up of Justin Bieber and paparazzi, and I was watching it, and the British people. It was in the UK, and the British people kept calling him. I don't even want to say the word, but they kept calling him a cunt over and over again because. And I was like, I can't believe they're like. He must be really mad to call him that. That's a bad word.
I know, yeah. I even when I say it, I hesitate just because it's always just how we were raised. It seems like that it's just literally the most forbidden word out of any word ever.
Yeah, to call
it's
someone
insane.
that is you piss someone off big time.
Yeah, especially like a woman, like no way, like you can't do that.
Nah, most people just say fuck you or something. That's okay. That's like, I'm mad at you, like, but we could be friends again if you say that to someone. But once you use that C word, it's game over.
The dreaded C word.
Salt
I
on
used
the
to get
wounds.
my fucking you ever get like soap put in your mouth when you were a kid?
Yeah.
For saying a bad word?
Yeah.
Me
Bar
too.
of soap.
I remember my dad, he had the squirty hand soap, and he just fucking put it in my mouth because he didn't have a bar of soap. It's like, you fucking asshole.
Now look at you. Did it work?
I know, right? Yeah, exactly. What the fuck? Yeah.
And
I feel like either.
Sorry. I feel like kids nowadays, like they're, I don't know. Every generation probably says this, but kids nowadays, I feel like swearing is a lot more common, or it's desensitized in a way. Like I feel like a lot of kids just.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's because of video games. Really, when you have like 7-year-olds playing Fortnite and they're talking to people on there and they're calling each other terrible names. One of my neighbors was a kid, and I mean he's young, but he screams. I can hear him in his room screaming on Fortnite, saying terrible things. And so maybe I have a biased opinion just because of that, but I really feel like cuss words have been desensitized, even in like mass media. Like people are a lot more open with swearing.
Just fucking committing hate crimes on fucking Fortnite.
They say terrible things.
There was this viral video, like it was probably like a year or two ago. It's like this little like Italian looking kid. He's probably like fucking 6 or 7, and he's like, say less about something. It's like talking about girls or something, and he's like talking about like fucking them, and he's like swearing, and he's like this 6-year-old, and it just made me angry. It's like, don't fucking talk like that. Like, why are you talking like this, you little fucking shit? Stop it. Should be fucking having a fucking lollipop and fucking sitting crisscross applesauce.
When I was 6 years old, Barney was the center of my world.
That's all that mattered. I liked not Barney. What was the one with the Roly Poly Oly, and what was the one with the vacuums?
What?
There was some fucking what the fuck is it?
Vacuums?
Google it now. It's some kids cartoon.
Roly Poly Oly, he's small and squirting round.
Kids cartoon with vacuums.
Roly Poly Oly was
It's not
nice.
even gonna be there.
Roly Poly Oly is an inspiration of Cubism.
Really? Roly Poly Oly went to FIT.
No, he went to Harvard.
I can't fucking figure it out. Now I feel like a fucking idiot on my fucking podcast because I can't figure out the vacuum cartoon character.
You had one opportunity to shine, to let that moment shine.
And I really fucked it up, and I really let my loyal viewers down. My loyal listeners. I'm really sorry, guys.
But there was some other good shows as kids. I don't know. Those had like a big impact. Like those shows you watch as a kid, your mind is a sponge at that time, and you watch these crazy cartoons. Like that has a lot of impact on you. And I remember a lot of cartoons vividly, like Curious George. What else is there? There's a lot of great cartoons.
By Curious George. Yeah. Roly Poly Oly was the shit. I liked Sorry. Yeah, I liked Powerpuff Girls as well. That was a big one for me.
Okay, got you horny or something when you watch that?
Yeah, I guess, or maybe yeah. I don't know. Just love them gals, I guess, and the monkey dude. The fuck was his name? Mojo Jojo.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Powerpuff Girls were the shit. Sugar Spice, everything nice.
So you were a Cartoon Network. You like Cartoon Network?
Yeah, that's what I seem to gravitate towards. Because there was definitely a split. And like Foster's House for Fucking Imaginary Friends, that was in my later cartooning years.
Did you get into?
I remember. Oh God.
Oh no, you can go.
Go ahead.
I was. No, you go. No,
I'm fucking walking here. Then I remember at some point there being a clear divide when I just stopped watching cartoons and I just started watching like the History Channel.
Oh yeah, that quick?
Yeah, it was probably in like fucking 6th or 7th grade, maybe. I don't know, maybe earlier than that. But then I was like, fuck that, like this shit sucks.
Yeah, because I was gonna ask you, what was like your bleed off period going into like getting into serious stuff? Like, did you get into those weird Nickelodeon like TV dramas like iCarly and what else was there?
Zoe 101.
Is it like did you get into that weird stuff?
I definitely liked iCarly.
Or Zack and Cody.
Zack and Cody, but wasn't really a Disney guy either. Just mostly bumping Cartoon Network, and then probably once, I don't know if Robot, or whatever the fuck it was, Adult Swim, that would come on, if that had anything to do with me quitting cartoons, with just wanting to see more fucked up shit, and then I probably just, in my youth I watched a lot of South Park too, so that probably came a little bit after my Cartoon Network.
Yeah, it's interesting. The shows you watch as kids, or how long you watch certain shows, says a lot about you. What you watch on TV says a lot about you. Like, if you could see someone's. I remember I was talking to someone about this and how I think it would be a cool idea, like some kind of social media that shows you people's like what they search and what they're interested in. So you can use someone else's. You can get someone else's like For You page. That would tell you a lot about a person.
I feel like that could go wrong really quick.
Oh, totally. But that's the thing. Like, I could see that being a Black Mirror episode. Like, all of a sudden, that information is released. Yeah,
you see your friend, he's looking up fucking furry porn, and then you never look at him the same forever.
Even if that stuff was like not shown, like the forbidden stuff wasn't shown, but what you search on the light web, I guess you could call it. Like, what do you watch? Are you watching like stupid Netflix like B-roll films, or are you watching Beatles documentaries? That tells you a lot about a person. Yeah,
it would definitely be very telling. Like, yeah, exactly. But yeah, I feel like in my formative years, I watched a lot of South Park, and I watched a lot of like Comedy Central and like stand-up comedy specials on Comedy Central.
Yeah, those. I used to watch the Comedy Central when I was a kid. I remember what's his name? The guy who smokes cigars all the time and drinks whiskey.
Ron White.
Yeah, he was always on when I was a kid. I should know his name. I watched.
He's a good dude. Yeah, he's a really good stand-up. He's on Kill Tony all the time. You should know that. Yeah.
No, yeah. That's why I said I should know his name, but I couldn't get it off the.
Yeah, I remember watching his stand-up a bunch as a kid, and then probably like Tosh.0 a little bit, but that was probably later. But I remember like coming home from elementary school and then just watching like stand-up comedy and just not understanding like half the jokes, but understanding some of them.
And when you did, you felt like you were part of something. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like you learn jokes and you're like, oh shit. Like, that's pretty clever. But
and there would be like fucking in elementary school specifically, I remember me and my friends like coming in like the day after and like talking about that stupid fucking dude who would do stand up with puppets, Jeff Dunham. We would like talk about that, and like the fluffy dude, the like Mexican like fat dude who did stand up.
I'm not fat, I'm fluffy.
Yeah, exactly. Like that shit fucking pumped us up when we were in like 5th and 6th grade.
Larry the Cable Guy, get her done.
Yeah. Oh, you know you're a redneck when you're fucking when you fuck your sister. Exactly.
Wears a white hat.
Yeah, fucking. Yeah, and like Ron White was a part of that fucking those redneck comedy dudes, but he wasn't even a redneck at all. He kind of like was a dark horse of the group.
Yeah, he was huge when like I was
He really
12,
was.
13. I remember listening to him, and his charisma is the reason I watched him, I think, though, because I didn't understand his jokes really, but I think he's just so cool. He's like a medieval king or something.
Yeah, he's definitely got some swag to him with the cigar and fucking being an alcoholic and having jokes about like getting DWIs and shit. Mm-hmm. When I'm like 6 watching it, I'm like drinking a Capri Sun.
Drinking a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
That's 6.
Listen to this guy talk about his fucking 3rd DWI.
Yeah,
like,
I was really into MTV though. I think that was my thing. Was MTV. I liked watching Rob Dyrdek.
Which one?
Rob and Big.
Yeah, dude, that was it. Yeah,
that was everyone's dreams in life. Everyone's hopes and goals is to like live that lifestyle that he was living. He was just like a kid as an adult.
Yeah, exactly. It was fucking amazing. Yeah, and his shows got like progressively shittier. It's like Robin Big was the best, then Fantasy Factory was a little bit shittier, and Ridiculousness is just fucking kill yourself. That's just the worst show ever.
He's probably making more money, but he definitely sold out. Oh my
God. Because that's all that MTV plays now is just Ridiculousness fucking reruns.
And then that stupid, I mean, I don't want to say stupid because that's mean, but that annoying woman, Chanel, she's so annoying, dude. I don't mean to call her stupid.
Chanel West Coast.
I apologize, Chanel. If you're listening,
yeah,
Chanel.
She seems very intelligent. I'm sorry.
She's always like, yeah. She's always got a stupid laugh.
Yeah.
I think that's why he keeps her. I think it's like,
yeah,
it's like a meme, I guess.
Andy fucking, well, he made his, Rob Dyrdek, he like made both of his fucking cousins rich, so that's cool of him to do. His fucking Ohioans, whatever the fuck, the one dude, Drama, made like that super shitty clothing brand that you would see, the Young and Reckless. Wow.
I always wore Big's clothes. He had the clothing brand. I would wear that. It fit me nice when I was an obese 12-year-old. It was made for large people.
Fit.
Yeah.
Fucking boot cut.
Do you remember that store? You would never remember because you were never that size, but I was that size. The store that sold those little dog shirts. Remember, it was big in like the early 2000s. It was like a big dog or something, and like fat people would wear it.
That definitely sounds familiar.
Oh God,
it's not Joe Boxer, is it? It's a different one.
I think it might. I don't know. It was just like a bunch of different graphic T-shirts that were really large, and it was like a bulldog in just different scenarios, like a bulldog playing poker, a bulldog golfing, a bulldog swimming, and it just said like big dog or something. I forget, but they had it at the Fashion Outlet Mall, and it was like the shit in Niagara Falls in the early 2000s, and I fit into the clothes. So I mean, I was just styling and profiling back then.
Fit like a fucking glove.
Wearing my Echo Unlimited shoes. Eco, what is that brand called?
Yeah, Echo Unlimited. Oh my God, there's so many like shitty, like the Shaq brand stuff, Champion and like shit like that. Well, but not really, some Champion stuff's cool.
Yeah, some of those brands, like they became famous because like they were shitty at one point, and it became an ironic thing. Like Champion is almost big right now, like in an ironic sense, because it wasn't in style when we were kids. It was like, oh, you're wearing Champion, like that's like Target shit or like Walmart shit.
Yeah. Same like those fucking those shoes that every girl would wear like 2 years ago. Those like The like shitty like Fila shoes that are like fucking huge. Those are brutal.
Yeah.
I don't even think that those were like ironically cool or anything. They just look fucking horrible.
It's an easy fashion statement, right? It's like, I'm ironic. Look at my shoes. But in that act of being ironic, you're also contributing to like this huge trend. So you're trying to be like, you're being a hipster, but in the act of being a hipster, you're taking part in like what's trending.
Fucking fashion psychology here, the FIT in you coming out.
It's just I don't know, it's funny. I think anything like that, trying to be ironic in a certain way, but that it's something that's fashionable now is interesting.
All right, yeah, it's weird how you see like how trends like with like fashion people like catch up to like the normal crowd like a year or two later, and everybody's wearing like something that like you got made fun of for wearing like 2 years ago.
Yeah. It's hilarious.
I remember some I was in like Spanish class in 10th grade. And this is just a super small example, but I had like a shoelace as a belt is because it's like a skateboarder thing, and this girl was like, "What the fuck's that? That's so like ghetto." And then I don't think people do that anymore. It's fucking stupid. Just get a belt. But
I do it in a crunch sometimes. Like if can't find the
belt. Gotta do what you gotta do. Love a good belt though. Love a good handy, well-built belt.
Leather, and it's got to be leather though. That's the law.
Yeah, you can. Not like the fucking, not the cargo-y material, but the fucking, I don't know.
You remember those? They'd come with like cargo shorts, those like cargo belts.
Yeah, they would come like built in with the fucking shorts. Like you wouldn't be able to remove the belt.
Came with a toy at JCPenney's.
Oh my god.
Yeah, those.
Jesus Christ.
What was I gonna? Oh, remember those? We're talking about belts now, but those belts at Zoomies that were huge, like those studded belts. That was a huge thing. I don't think I ever got one. I don't think I was it's like emo gothic crowd, but
yeah.
You remember those?
You couldn't. That was definitely a big statement if you pulled one of those bad boys out. Now I feel like girls are probably wearing those ironically nowadays. At like thrift stores, they're probably rocking the studded belt.
Should bring them back. You should do it. I feel like you were the person that you've got a cool fashion. Your style is cool. You got your own thing going.
Thanks, baby. Yeah, I think I did wear a studded belt a long time ago, but my problem with belts was when I was younger, they were always way too big, so I'd have to chop them down like a tree, so then they would fit me because I was like a size fucking 16 waist.
I had the opposite problem.
Yeah, exactly.
I had to get extensions. I had to go get special belts. No, I'm just kidding. But
you had to go kill a whole cow to make a belt.
I had to go hunt moose because I needed that length,
That moose belt. But yeah, just fucking been a big thrift store guy. That's where I get all of my bullshit from. You've been thrifting lately at all?
Yeah, that's where I get most of my stuff. I've been into like just real minimal lately. I don't know. When I went to college and stuff, I went crazy for a little bit of my fashion, dyed my hair, was painting on remember I used to paint shit on my jackets, like words like cupcake and stuff.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but I've been pretty minimal lately. But I go to a thrift shop to look for like high quality things. Like I cherish that more than anything. Just having like a set of clothes, like a nice outfit, and that lasting a long time, and being able to wear it over and over again. Because I hate fast fashion. That shit sucks. Like Zara and H&M clothes that last like a day. That's terrible.
Yeah, I've been big into Carhartt pants lately. Love a good pair of Carhartt pants. Yeah. Very solid material. Can't beat it. And they just fit very well. So I actually went to the store for those because I had to, you want to get your right dimensions for your legs. Love a good Carhartt pant. Shout out to Carhartt. Sponsor the podcast. But I was actually in Carhartt, and there was this dude in there with his girlfriend. He's like, there's all these fucking like hipsters in here. Get me the fuck out of here. Fuck this place. I'm gonna kill myself. What are you gonna do?
Well, the Carhartt beanie has become that. That's become the new symbol of like hipster.
Yeah, that kind of took over bled into the mainstream world. That Carhartt beanie, huh?
Yeah, well, that was another thing out of irony. Like, started with just people who were working. Like, that's like a construction company. Like, that's for people that do construction and keep warm. And then people are like, oh, that would be ironic if I wore that because I'm not a construction worker. I'm just an artist. Yeah. And then, ooh, you're ironic. and then it became trendy.
That's it's kind of so stupid how like simple that works, but that's how it happens every single time. It's so stupid. What's gonna be next?
If you can find, I think it's cool when people find those trends. They're the first ones to do it. But then when it becomes like a collective effort, that's when it becomes like, okay. But then that's just the hipster mindset, though, isn't it? That's just like, oh, it's becoming too mainstream.
Yeah, gonna start wearing like a fucking Home Depot bucket on their head or something next. Or the thing that almost caught on that was like cowboy like clothes that almost caught on.
That'd be cool. I wouldn't dispute that. That's been my dream since a child. Since going to Fantasy Island, I've always wanted to be a cowboy, and I would embody that vision. I actually thought about doing that, like making my entire identity like a cowboy identity.
That's your gender now?
Welcome to Martin's Fantasy Island.
Oh my god.
Yeah, what dude, I wanted to be a cowboy.
I think they just bought and sold it. But yeah, fucking a bolo tie, you couldn't go wrong with that. That'd be a nice classy move with a button-up shirt.
Yeah, I think
and it wouldn't be too over the top. Like cowboy boots, I think I would never do that.
No?
Ever in my life.
No?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't think so.
I could see you in a pair.
I don't know.
With a nice hat, just compliment it.
I'm just your regular douche that wears Doc Martens.
Oh, Doc Martens.
But
nice.
I like the low top ones though, not as much with like the high super. I don't fucking know the big stompers. But yeah, they're quality, so you can't argue with quality, I guess, right?
No, quality over quantity always. That's my mindset with fashion, at least, like buying clothes. Like, but most people, it's vice versa. Everyone wants quantity. They just want to be able to buy an outfit for a day and throw it away, and that's one of the biggest problems.
Killing the fucking polar bears because you want to wear a fucking fedora or something for a day and then throw it out. I hope you're fucking happy.
Yeah.
Fedora.
Do you ever wear a fedora?
No, but my mom has rocked a fedora before.
That's cool.
She loves it. She's got a cool like Pharrell-esque hat downstairs. She hasn't worn it, but it's just kind of lingering around. So I think it might get its time to shine soon.
Shine bright like a diamond. I wanna.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I could never wear a fedora.
I could see you when you're old wearing one of those like. It's kind of like rounded at the back, and then it comes to a brim, but it's kind of like what those old dudes wear.
Patty caps?
Yeah, I don't fucking know. I don't even know what the fuck they're called, but you always see old. Yeah, kind of shit like that. Like when you're older, not right now, not yet. You're still green.
Then I'll start wearing
hats.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's this deli that's on Niagara Falls Boulevard called Pelicanos.
Hey, Pelicanos!
Yeah. They force all their employees to wear fedoras.
Yo, that's Sabagabagoo.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just all these people that want to fucking die wearing gray fedoras.
My wife, she had a job one time as a receptionist in Thailand, because that's where she's from. they gave her. She was like a receptionist, like you. I mean, that's what you do, right? You're a receptionist.
Yeah, front desk guy, whatever.
So she used when she first started working there, and it's like a qualified job. Like you need a degree and everything to be there. Like it's a good job in Thailand, and as it is in America. But so she had at first it was just like normal clothes, but then all of a sudden they surprised her with like these clown outfits. Oh my God. They like rebranded the hotel, and she had to wear like a shirt that was like had like 2 colors, and then the pants had 2 different colors. She looked like an absolute clown. Oh my God. I felt so bad.
Jesus Christ.
Would you wear an outfit to work like that if you had to? Would you wear?
No, everybody, I feel like some of the people I work with kind of dress like shit. Like I wear like a button-up shirt, and then I got some of the other folks that I work with showing up in like t-shirts. It's like, come on, let's fucking class it up a little bit here.
No, yeah.
Ladies.
People should dress nice, but uniforms suck.
Yeah, we don't have to. Yeah, it's kind of just expected that you wear something halfway decent.
Yeah, it's like when you go to the Apple store and they're all wearing like the same thing. That shit, it freaks me out a little bit. There's got to be some phobia for that, like seeing people in uniforms. It weirds me out. And then they come up to you and talk to you. Hi, my name's Jesse. How may I assist you today?
Yeah, customer service, like the way that people are trained, or when they don't know how to do it and they try to do it, and they're just kind of like robotic with it. That's the fucking worst. I was gonna say, I was fucking being scared of people in uniforms. I'm scared of like clowns when I was a child.
Yeah, well that's a good thing to be scared about, because it's always old people that are clowns too.
I was at like a family party, and I think one of my distant family friends, who's kind of just a alcoholic and sick of his life, probably just took pride in like scaring the shit out of me when I was like 4 years old and ruining the rest of my life.
Yeah, man, clowns are bad. My neighbor growing up, my dad, mom, when they'd be working, we'd have to go and like sleep on her porch like before school, because nobody was home and they didn't want to leave us at home. So we would like go sleep on her porch, and she's kind of a little cuckoo, but she had paintings of clowns everywhere in our house. Like, remember those you see them in the thrift shop all the time, those velvet clown paintings? They're everywhere. And that was pretty terrifying. Like, it's like 4:00 in the morning, and you're like, you have to like go from your house to some lady's house next door and sleep on her porch, and there's portraits of clowns everywhere. It's dark, smells like cat piss.
Oh my God. That's the worst. I got people at my job right now, grown people, who smell like cat piss.
No.
Like, come on.
Well, isn't there like some psychoactive quality to cat urine? Like people who are around cat urine a lot, like there's almost something like there's like a genetic mutation that happens. It's real. It's a real thing. I've heard about it before.
What, that makes people smell like cat piss?
It makes people mad. People, how people who smell like cat piss usually are they're not always the most normal.
Yeah, they seem agitated. It's probably just agitated because they smell like cat piss.
They had no
fuck.
Yeah, no. Well, cat piss, there's something in it, and they advise pregnant women to not be around like cats when they're pregnant, because the cat urine has something in it. It's like it's a property that like makes people psychotic in a way.
It's fucking gross. It's like, I have a cat and I don't smell like cat piss.
No,
so
yeah.
Yeah, what's wrong with your process here?
Well, I think
why do these people at my job smell like pee?
I think it's because you have a cat and they have 20 cats.
Yeah, that's true.
Cat people.
Oh my God. Yeah. At what point do you become a cat person? After like 3?
If you're a cat person,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like after 3, you're looking a little crazy. Like, you don't need 4 cats.
No.
I don't know.
You don't need 4. You don't need 4 of any animals. You're one person. You can devote just enough time to a couple animals.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need 20.
You have random pets when you were a child?
Yeah, I had a couple lizards. I had a goldfish. But I didn't get like dogs until I was older. But yeah, some lizards. How about you?
I had a snake. That one was like a boa constrictor or a gardener. I don't know what the fuck they're called. And then some mice, like hamsters. And then I had some chinchillas.
Chinchillas. Yeah, that I remember that being like a thing in like elementary school. People would get chinchillas.
Yeah, they're kind of like a fad. Like their whole existence is kind of just like a gimmick. Like
and ferrets.
It's like a pimped out fucking hamster. It's like an expensive hamster that can't touch water because it'll fucking die.
They're a cuter rat, I would say.
Yeah, they're cool. My one fucking jumped into my septic tank and fucking took its own life. My chinchilla.
Animals commit suicide left and right. I was thinking about that the other day. Like, if you just let animals be, they're gonna die young.
Mm-hmm.
Like my wife was telling me about her grandma's cat, and not cat, dog in Thailand. It's blind, but it's really old. It's like 15 years old. It's like one of those mutts that just live forever, but it's been blind for so long, and so it's 15 years old. It's lived a long life. It could die of old age at any point, but it was blind, and they live right on the river, and it just walked right off the dock and just drowned to death. 15 years on this earth, and that's how you die.
That's a hell of a way to go out. Holy fuck. Yeah, it's like just like how we were talking about zoos the other week. It's like sometimes I feel bad. It's like, but I guess we feed the cat, so it's not like we're fucking tyrannical rulers of it.
No,
but it's like I don't know.
It's a I think we benefit them more, definitely. Well, they do. They give you love, and that's wonderful. That's what animals are there for. But yeah, if you just let them off by their own, they're just gonna die, like in some tragic way.
Yeah, the world's a mean place.
It is.
If you fucking put a chinchilla out in the wild, like it's not gonna fuck a chinchilla on fucking 19th Street downtown.
Yeah, why can they just sell that to a kid?
It's fucking crazy.
Well, a parent has to buy it probably, but it's a wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's their life expectancy usually? A couple hours?
Yeah, basically. Fucking, I don't think you have to have an adult, because me and my friends would go into like the fucking Black Winds, the pet store that's on Military Road, and buy like the feeder mice, and then just fucking play with those guys for a little bit, and then feed them to my fucking snake.
Sad.
Yeah, it's fucking... Yeah, like, I watched it once, and it's like, this is fucked up. Like, I get the snake's gotta eat, but this isn't that much fun to watch.
No.
It's like when you're trying to hit a squirrel with a rock, and then you actually hit it, and then you just like, I feel like shit now.
I had to put a squirrel out of its misery the other day. I don't know if I told you. I think this happened. It happened a couple weeks ago. I might have mentioned it. Did I mention this?
No, I didn't hear it.
It's a sad story, but there was a squirrel out in front of my house just laying on the ground. Half of its body was like run over. It just happened. Somebody hit it, and it was like clawing at the air like this. And it was so sad. I was just like, oh my God. And I drove past it, and then I was like, I have to be the one. I have to put this little thing out of its misery. So I turned around, and I went and did the duty, Call of Duty. But so my front right tire, I ran over it, and I could hear the crunch and everything. But
fucking squirrely.
That hurt me.
Oh my God.
You hit any animals?
No, I didn't hit any, but I was in New York for some reason, and there was a mouse that was attached to one of those sticky pads that like are supposed to catch insects, and the poor guy's his hand was like, his arm was just flattened. It was like a pancake, and then he's just stuck to it. And then I just looked at it and then just walked away. I should have fucking helped him out somehow, but like his arm was fucked.
It's a hard world out there for little animals.
It's not easy. Yeah. Fucking, I know. Because how is that? Like, you got one shot, and then if literally anything goes wrong with your body, you're just fucked.
Yeah, well,
you can't bring a mouse to the fucking hospital. You look like a fucking asshole.
That's what humans were at one point. That's what we were, just as dumb as a mouse. Yeah. Like, we were as doomed. Our life expectancy was like 20 years old at most. We're like, you made it to 20.
Very perishable items.
Yeah, dude. I wonder. Yeah, I had a mouse one time. Another mouse story. But it was like in my house, my apartment in Grand Island, my basement apartment, really shitty apartment. But I had a mouse, and the reason I knew I had a mouse is because my kitchen started to stink real bad. Like, terrible smell. I knew something was dead, and I was looking everywhere. I couldn't find where it was. It was somewhere behind my stove, so I pulled the stove out and everything, and I didn't see anything. And then I like smelt the stove, and the stove was disgusting. So I had to take all the hardware off and like pull the back off. Mm-hmm. And then the mouse was there, like stuck inside. There was like some vents, like some like air slots for the stove to like breathe. And so the mouse, it like tried to squeeze through such a tight space, it skinned itself alive. So its skin was just like, it was skinned. The mouse was skinned. It was disgusting. It was I'm sorry to go on this dark subject, but yeah, it was I never saw anything like that before.
God. Fucking skin sleeping bag. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man.
That was a basement apartment, though? That sounds brutal on Grand Island.
Yeah, it was terrible. And then my neighbor, like next to me, dude, she was such a piece of shit. She just sat at home all day and just chain smoked and complained about everything and everyone. And she had some stupid little like Chihuahua looking dogs that barked all day long, like meow, 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 meow. And then she'd call them like, "Hi, sweetie, I'm home." And I'd hear this all day long. Oh my, it was torturous.
Hi, sweetie. I'm home from the liquor store. I was just gone for 10 minutes. Now I'm back.
I remember one of those ladies just bang. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I heard her banging one time. We came home and her boyfriend was there, and we just
Oh no. Hey, someone's got to fuck the Chihuahua lady, the cigarette lady.
Hell.
Sitting in a fucking robe with the cigarettes on her like porch. And just with the little shitty dog at her fucking feet. Chihuahuas fucking suck.
They do.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
There's a place you knew this, right? There's a place in Mexico there's Chihuahua, Mexico. And it's it's where the Chihuahuas are from.
Jeez, it's just a bunch of yapping ass dogs.
It's like a city, and I don't know if it's a city or a town or whatever, but it's this epicenter of like Chihuahua breeding, and there's Chihuahuas everywhere. It's like what they're... I'm not making this up. It's a real thing.
Oh my God. Yeah. I would never want to go there. Going to Mexico would be cool, though. I heard it's kind of dangerous for like tourists if you get tricked and get off the beaten path.
Me and my wife, we just went there not last year, like probably 6-7, might have been a year ago now. I don't know. Anyways, but we rented a car and drove from Tulum to Chichen Itza. It was like a long drive, so we drove everywhere in Mexico, and I felt safer in Mexico than I did in America. I'm not kidding. Like in comparison to like New York City, I felt safer in Mexico. I had a fun time.
How far did you drive into Mexico?
I was driving. I had to drive like almost 5-6 hours at one point, like, in terms of distance, and I just had a stupid, shitty little car. The roads are terrible, but it was... People ask you for money and stuff, but if you know how to deal with that already, you're fine. It's people, I don't know, I feel like they give places a stigma all the time. Like, it's just what society does. Like, oh, Mexico is going to be dangerous. Like, I feel like it's dangerous everywhere you are. It's just how you treat those situations, like how you perform there. Maybe going to like Ghana might be dangerous, but Mexico is fun.
Yeah, I gotta go then. Fucking drink some Coronas on the fucking beach, dude. Go to go on a cruise ship. Go on a Carnival cruise.
Go to see the ruins, the Mayan ruins, Chichen Itza.
That would be really cool.
Tulum ruins. That's what I went. That's why I went. That dude. Seeing that's like the beginning of at least the beginning of civilization as we know it, basically. Like, that's as old as it gets, almost. It's
where they found those. Didn't you just post a picture of this on your story? Those little fat little stone figurines.
Yeah, I think that's called the Venus of Willendorf or something.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I remember that from art history.
Yeah, that's considered like the oldest piece of art known to mankind.
That's fucking crazy.
That was from
Wow.
I believe, like in Iran or something, in some I think that was somewhere out there. I don't think that was in Mexico, but the temples, like, they were so in tune with the way in which the earth works, far beyond anything like, in tune in a different way, with just like the stars and stuff, and like in sound and in architecture. Like, they had all these really interesting things that you could do when you go and visit Chichen Itza. Like, you can scream, and like your sound travels on the pyramid in interesting ways. There's like shadows casted during the equinox to like emulate a snake, like all these magical, almost phenomenon kind of things that they were doing. And this is thousands and thousands of years ago, before we were even thought of.
Yeah, they're probably just bored, just hanging out, just fucking figuring shit out.
Dude.
Fucking sundials and fucking pyramids and fucking chihuahuas.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess we could put a bow on this one, put a ribbon on this one.
This was a fun one. It was a roller coaster of conversations.
Yeah, it really was. From chihuahuas to fucking dead animals to
studded belts
to electric scooters, gasoline-powered steam engines.
That's what I'm about to go do. So if you don't see me again, it's because I got hit by a car on my new motorcycle.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Thank you for hanging out, Fritz. Thank you for your time, sir.